What's going on, guys? CoD is getting their rework C90 and FR, as long as Setzer getting the C90 and rework. Sarah is on this banner, but she's not getting anything in terms of kit-wise. The only thing she is getting is force enhancements. In this video, I'll be talking about CoD and Setzer, what they both get, my verdict on both of these characters in the banner, and the fight included. But before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video around, and let me know in the comment section down below, are you pulling for either of these characters, either character's your favorite, and who you're going to be using for the fight. But anyways, let's get on to the video. So CoD is a match DPS. They have delay, they counter, they follow, and they re-break. The last two, the fourth one is if you have their BT, obviously. Their skill 1 is a 4-hit AoE Brave plus single target HP attack 4 times. Their special Brave attack now grants 2 levels of darkness. Their special HP plus attack is now a 3-hit Brave plus HP attack 3 times, and it grants 1 level of darkness. Skill 2 is a 6-hit AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack 2 times. Their enhanced skill 2 is a 3-hit Brave plus HP attack 6 times, and deals 50% splash damage to non-targets. Their LD buff is granted at quest start for 8 turns. It used to be 6, but now it's 8. And then their LD attack is now 3 hits and a 3-hit AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack 5 times. So they overall got more damage. Their C85 gives them the usual quest start buffs, but now I believe it's a buff or overhead. I think it's a buff. Their buff for 8 turns. Their EX buff for 8 turns. Their EX is now a 2-hit Brave plus HP attack 7 times. Increases Brave by 20% HP damage after each HP attack, excluding the last one. 2 levels of darkness is granted after this attack is used, and now the Flood of Darkness overhead now adds 40% Brave Retain after an HP attack. So every HP attack they are doing, they will get Brave Retain of 40%, which is actually really nice and makes it easier for them to cap. Their A is extended to 4 turns, and now it is a attack up by 20% and Brave damage cap up by 30%. Now CoD's FR. CoD's FR grants them 5 levels of darkness. Their FR condition makes it so that now at for plus 5% when using a magic attack on the off turns included, plus 20% when delaying an enemy including break, and plus 30% when delaying an enemy excluding break. So this is actually a pretty nice FR, honestly. A good amount of characters can actually drive this. Also, I believe, and I could be wrong, that CoD's FR allows them to exceed the... I haven't watched or seen CoD in a long time, but I'm pretty sure they allow you to exceed the limit on their Flood of Darkness overhead stacks, and I could be wrong about that. Someone in the comment section correct me on that. CoD's pros. CoD does a lot of damage. They average about like 4 to 7 HP attacks if they have stacks. If you add the BT fold, that's like 8, so that's a colossal amount of damage. Delay based FR is good for characters who have consistent delaying. Off-turn BT effect can proc some off-turn FRs, and their unique ultimate weapon, and I know a lot of people have a unique ultimate weapon ready for some of these characters. Their cons is that sometimes they'll mess you up during force time setups due to their counter being able to break on the off-turns, and they'll gain that free turn, so that can definitely mess you up. The BT effect is very dated at this point, providing damn near no cap up to the party. In fact, it gives just the generic attack up and HP damage up. They don't give no cap up at all. Turn hogging is less desired unless they are the main damage dealer, but even then, if they're not, it's less desired, obviously. As for CoD team compositions, I put them with CoD and Emperor, CoD Emperor Selfie, and then CoD Garnet and Kane. Those 2 teams are pretty good. I'm pretty sure SHINRYU, if you guys have never watched his content, you should definitely will. You should definitely have. But CoD's FR works very well with Emperor, because Emperor is known for being a delay monster with his traps, so that'll be very nice for him. He actually has an FR that he now can really drive, even though he had one before, but that's what he can really drive. Alright, well now I'm going to talk about Setzer. Setzer is the LD that everyone and their mother was getting angry about when it got delayed, but it was for a valid reason, because they put on a banner that was pretty bad. But he has true Brave damage, Brave freeze, delay, and he has party battery. His skill 1, Freeze Joker, is now a 6-hit AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack 4 times. His freeze debuff is now framed. His skill 2, Red Card, now gets 10 uses. It is a 2-hit Brave plus HP attack 6 times, deals 50% splash to non-targets, and it does an AoE delay by 1 turn. His LD Die Bomb is a 4-hit AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack 5 times, And fixed dice is extended to 12 turns, but this is only to Setzer. It is not to his teammates. His teammates still have the normal duration, but this is only to Setzer. Setzer C85 gets his generic quest star buffs. His EX Prisma Flash is a 9-hit AoE Brave plus HP attack. A 9-hit AoE Brave attack plus AoE HP attack 5 times. His Brave does not consume except for the last HP attack. His AA is extended to 7 turns, and it adds Party Stolen Max Brave Overflow up by 10% and Party Brave Damage Cap up by 20%. Setzer's pros. He actually is a very good character for elemental lockouts or bosses that make it harder for you to cap Brave damage. He can enable that very easily with his fixed dice buff. Freeze is a great clutch against bosses that want to do Brave gains into lethal HP attacks. His EX comes back after 1 skill use, so his damage is actually somewhat impressive for a supportive type-ish character. His cons is that 2 damage is nice, but only if it's against a boss that really is making it annoying for you to cap. His armor plus is pretty mad, honestly, providing only like plus 5% HP damage cap up to the party. And then I put in the last one as a joke, as like he'll get compared to Shalada, like for whatever reason. Probably some people were like, "Oh, he's just rainbow BT less Shalada," or something like that. It's gonna be very, very, very silly when people make that kind of comparison. As for Setzer team compositions, Setzer's gonna be very helpful later down the line when Ferris' raid comes out, because Setzer, I believe Ferris' raid is when elemental lockouts start becoming very prevalent, so he's gonna be very helpful with that. And then I put him with RNA FR because RNA does have a delay condition. He can fulfill that delay condition, and then Core is also on there too. Now we're going to move on to the final Shinryu of the month, which is the Cray Claw. The Cray Claw is the last Shinryu of the month. This boss has 170 million HP, 85 million each. Their force time effect is for 5 turns, providing them Brave damage up, HP damage up, and turn rate up by 50%. At 79% and 19%, the boss will enter a state that will reduce all HP damage by 200% and recover HP on every turn by 2%. In order to dispel it, you have to delay the boss once. Now, it does not have to be a 2-turn delay, it could be a 1-turn delay. And you have to delay them separately, so if you delay one of them, the aura will not go away for the other one. It inflicts debuffs such as attack down, max HP down, and speed down. This boss also gets pretty speedy when its force time starts getting like higher and higher. And then in order to cancel it, you need to do a magic FR that delays. I believe that's how you cancel it. I believe that's how you cancel it. For the last Shinryu of the month, I put some MVPs below. Galuf, Warrior of Light, Edge, Orn for the tanking, Cam for the disabling. Cypher is actually pretty good here to fulfill all the mechanics needed for the fight. The delay, he can make it so that they don't hit that hard. Vincent's also good here. Sephiroth's good here if you just want to no-turn them or like debuff them. Selfie's good here for the delay too. There's a lot of options for this fight, and I think this fight it has a good amount of mechanics, and we do have the tools to do with it, but I definitely think this fight can definitely catch people off guard because this boss gets pretty speedy. The delay aura is something that could catch you off guard, and then you have to delay them both together. And then if you delay one of them, the other one won't go away. So my pro tip to you is that you probably want to bring a character who has AoE delay. So like Cypher in the party. Saban has AoE delay. Caius has AoE delay on his EX. Cam has AoE delay on his EX. So like any character that has some form of AoE delay, I would recommend you bring them to this fight. Alright, so now that we're all that out of the way, what is my pull plans and what am my verdict on the banner and both of these characters? Again, if you're dead set on pulling on this banner, then my opinion should not affect how you pull on both for either of these characters. First, let's off with Setzer. So, funny enough, when Setzer got his C90, it was probably deemed as just solid, honestly, but it didn't feel like there was a real reason to bring Setzer, because Setzer back then was brought for like his, his freeze and his delay, but also mainly because of the fixed dice buff that he gives to the party, which allowed you to hit Brave damage cap at certain points. And of course it was RNG, but it was something that was nice against, high reductions. But now, the reason why it gets better later on is because when we start getting introduced to elemental lockouts and stuff like that, that's where it actually starts to make Setzer's value actually better. And I think if you're not going for Shalada, or if you don't have Shalada, this is a somewhat solid alternative to a character who can get you through lockouts with certain characters. So that's my opinion on Setzer. My only real huge gripe with Setzer is probably the higher armor, honestly. There's no reason to really hire, there's no really real reason to fully blue him unless you want to be like absolutely fanboy about that. But other than that, he's a solid character. CoD is actually pretty impressive themselves. They have a lot of damage, like an absolute amount of damage. They have like averaging again like 4 to 7 HP attacks on a like if you have stats and you have the follow, but it's really, really insane. Like character is, I think they will probably get like overshadowed because of the Lunar Freya hype train that is next, like the beginning of next month. So I think CoD's gonna be an unfortunate recipient of that, but I do think they are good. They are pretty good as a DPS unit. As for my banner, as my pull plans, I am not pulling in this banner. I honestly have never been a fan of CoD's playstyle. I don't know what it is. I just could not get into them. I just couldn't. But Setzer I already have, and I will probably force enhance Setzer later. I am going to force enhance Sarah, but I'm not going to force enhance Setzer until like later down the line, because I really don't feel like I need have a need for him. And then if you guys want my advice on what you should do for this banner, at minimum, I would say, unless you like CoD or you really want to go for them, I would say go for Setzer's LD, because Setzer could be very helpful later down the line in the future. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video around, and I will catch you guys on Tuesday when the fight is actually going to be released. That's actually funny enough the day when CrossXIII starts. But, oh, if you're wondering what I'm going to use for the fight, I'm going to use Reno, Edge, and Machina. That team is really, really good. I find it funny that Reno's even here, considering the fact you need to delay the boss. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Good luck on your polls. Take care, and have a good day.